Good Friday evening, everyone. Welcome to GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. This is the Mesoscale forecast analysis for the New Jersey, New York to Philadelphia I-95 corridor for this evening, the 15th of May, 2020. Temperatures here today have gotten well into the 80s away from the coastal waters. They remained in the upper 60s to low 70s right along the shore points this afternoon. Let's see if we can take a look at the high temperatures for today. This is probably going to take a second to come up here. Oh yeah, it was hot. I was outside suntanning for a while this afternoon. Temperatures here got into the 80s, the mid and upper 80s around Caldwell International at the Essex County Airport, up to 88 this afternoon. Finding a few readings here that are like 90, 91 degrees here in Vineland at the ASOS station, AWIP station. Also showing up in Millville here. I'm not sure if this is accurate or not, but it's showing up as a high. Cooler along the ocean fronts here in the 60s and 70s, but still everywhere else, even in the New York City metropolitan area, the I-95 corridor down through areas here in Delaware where everybody was outside today, temperatures well into the 80s. Max wind gusts this afternoon into the with the sunshine and the cumulus clouds around the region into the upper 20s, into the teens and 20s this afternoon. In that storm browser here, we are finding a few storms developing right now in the prefrontal trough atmosphere ahead of the cold front now across portions of northeastern Pennsylvania around Mount Pocono here. And we have some rotation in these thunderstorms around Binghamton. This is ahead of the cold front, which is still back in here. A couple of watch boxes too, and these are for severe thunderstorms warnings for southeastern Seneca County and central New York, southwestern Otsego County in central New York, and eastern Schuyler County in New York, Brooke County in central New York, and western central Delaware County in central New York, among others, until 5:15 this afternoon. So we're monitoring these storms here, and back here we have more storms in central New York and northeastern Yates County, and these thunderstorms are going to be in effect here, this watch box in effect until 5 p.m. this evening, which is just about the time of this broadcast. But we're going to hone in on these particular storms right now over northern Pocono, over the just west of the Delaware water gap here. We're finding some very heavy rain in some of these storms, and they're the max rainfall rate's about 3/4 of an inch an hour, and they're going to move over Peck's Pond and Porter Township until in the next 20 minutes, and other areas here in the next 30 minutes as they propagate east into northeastern New Jersey around High Point here and just north of Wantage and Vernon. And this particular thunderstorm here, take this off here and see if we get this one here. This particular thunderstorm here has a max rainfall rates of 3/4 of an inch an hour, and again it's going to arrive into Delaware and northeastern New Jersey around Stoke State Forest and around Wantage during the next 20 minutes or so. So we're going to be watching this for some very heavy downpours in these particular cells right here. A couple of things that stand out here is this is a prefrontal trough here. The cold front is still back in through here. And ahead of the prefrontal trough, thunderstorms already developing across the Poconos. We also have a tornado watch box now for most of central and eastern New York State, outside of the Hudson River Valley area into northern New England, and that includes points just towards northern Connecticut here, just down into Massachusetts, southern Vermont and New Hampshire. And this is in effect until 10 p.m. tonight. There's going to be rotations in some of these thunderstorms, and they could produce damaging wind gusts, hail, dangerous lightning, and flash flooding. Wind damage too as well. Okay, once again with that tornado watch box here across northeastern Pennsylvania, outside of the Poconos here into central New York and interior New England here, northeastern Pennsylvania, southern Vermont, in effect until 10 p.m. tonight. A couple of tornadoes are possible, wind speeds damaging, gusts up to 70 miles per hour likely, scattered large hail events to 1.5 inches in diameter possible. So we're going to be monitoring this prefrontal line and the cold front right behind it. We are at the maximum point of the heating of the day. The atmosphere is very unstable now. In the lower layers of the atmosphere, we have lapse rates here at about 8.5 to 9 degrees Celsius per 1,000 feet. This is a very unstable atmosphere in this area, and the unstable atmosphere continues at 7 to 7 degrees Celsius per 1,000 feet here across central New York into northern New England. This is the low-level lapse rates. If we went to the mid-level lapse rates, again, The atmosphere is marginally unstable here, but still, the low-level lapse rates tell the tale. And at Downdraft Cape, this is interesting because we've got better than 700 joules per kilogram here, so thunderstorms could be producing wide-scale wind damage and heavy downpours for this area here. Wind shear, we want to look at the bulk shear from the surface to 1 kilometer here. If we can pull this up, got damaging wind gust here possible in these 30 to 35 knot range back here with the cold front. And just slightly ahead of that, we have some possibility of some wind shear here in this environment here as well. Looking at the hail parameters, -10 to -30 Celsius in red here. This is the Cape values in here, freezing level, and 0 to 6 kilometer shear in knots. Yeah, we've got 40, 50, 60 knot winds here. And this looks like it's going to be quite impressive for some small to moderate size hail in any of these showers and thunderstorms over the next several hours. Lifted index here across northwestern New Jersey into the Poconos, -3, -2. Again, unstable atmosphere in place. Composite reflectivity off the latest high-resolution rapid refresh model here. Here's the thunderstorms propagating it from the Poconos into northwestern New Jersey. These could contain some very heavy downpours, some small hail, lightning, and of course some damaging wind gusts, which we discussed. This is the prefrontal trough now. Here comes the cold front through Cleveland, Buffalo, Albany, Portland, Sherbrooke. And this line of showers and thunderstorms will be moving into the area late tonight, early tomorrow morning. Again, most of the heavier shower and thunderstorm activity will be to the north over northeastern Pennsylvania, the lower Hudson Valley, into central New York, Connecticut, Long Island, or just north of Long Island. But they should begin to weaken as they move into the area. That doesn't mean that you're not going to see some discrete cells tomorrow morning, especially over the Connecticut River Valley into northeastern New Jersey, Long Island, and New York before all of this begins to calm down during tomorrow morning. Again, concerning the Tornado Watch Box 187, which is in effect here across central New York, northeastern Pennsylvania, southern Vermont, southern New Hampshire, western and central Massachusetts. Again, the severe threat expected to continue for the next several hours with thunderstorms ahead of a cold front. Across Tornado Watch Box 187, enhanced lift along the warm front may produce longer linear clusters capable of supporting relatively higher concentration of damaging wind gust and perhaps a tornado. So we're going to be monitoring this across the region over the next couple of hours. For GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, I'm meteorologist Robert Smith.